If you want dick, go get the dick. It's beyond me. Write me that check, okay? I mean, I will go and find you the men. I don't understand it. Listen, hire me. I will find the men and I will bring them into you. Perception of who you are is now forever tainted because now you're looked at as someone who allegedly sexually harasses your employees. You could have just hired me. I would have got the niggas for you.
Now, first things first, if you don't know Tyler Perry, you know Tyler Perry. Very famous entertainment executive. He did the Medea movies. Anyway, meet Derek Dixon, a man who's suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. Now, he's suing Tyler Perry for something called quid pro quo. Listen closely. Quid pro quo basically means if you do something for me, I do something for you. But see, a lot of times it's not that simple because there's an unspoken flip side. If you don't do this something for me, who knows what's gonna happen to you? Now let's get a little deeper into the story. Now this is all alleged, so pretend I'm saying alleged in front of anything. Okay, so Derek Dixon said, look, he working at a party, right, as event staff. Tyler Perry's at that party. He said, oh, who that? He goes up to Derek Dixon and says, hey, you wanna be in some movies and stuff? Derek Dixon said, oh man, this is my big break. Tyler Perry must see something in me. Now, thing is, to the public, Tyler Perry is known as a really nice guy. So Derek Dixon is just automatically assuming that. So Tyler starts texting him like, hey bro, like you good? Like what's going on? Derek said, what's going on with me, man? I just be chilling. Tyler Perry said, chilling in your new car. Look outside. Derek looks outside. Derek got a new car, courtesy of Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry said, matter of fact, you trying to act, right? Derek said, yeah. Tyler Perry said, come on my new show. Derek said, man, this dude is locked in. And suddenly, Tyler Perry start texting a little weird, like sending a bunch of texts, calling all the time. Derek like, damn, slow down, broski. And Tyler start coming on a little strong, start getting a little bit inappropriate. Derek said, okay, let me just ignore this. It's all gonna go away. Tyler said, hey, come to the crib. Derek said, what? Tyler said, what? You work as event staff, right? Derek said, yeah. Tyler said, yeah, come to the crib. As event staff, bro. Come as event staff. So Derek comes to the crib. Everybody drinking, everybody having a good time. Derek drinking. Everybody leaves. Derek about to leave. Tyler says, no, you've been drinking. Derek says, yeah, that's true. Tyler says, you could just stay at my guest room. You good. So Derek goes into the guest room. He don't got no pajamas, so he wears his underclothes, goes to sleep. Somebody climbs in the bed next to him. Hello, it's Tyler Perry. And you ain't heard me say it started to get wicked yet. We just getting started. Tyler Perry started grabbing on bro. Derek gets up. He says, yo, chill out, man. I don't really do that. I don't do that. Tyler says, oh, my fault. Derek said, all right, bro. Tyler said, all right, bro, I'm gonna catch you. Tyler leaves. Tyler then texts Derek. This is the next day. Tyler says, look, bro, I got a new show for you. Now, here's where the stakes get raised. Right now, Derek has got a small part in one of Tyler's smaller shows. After this incident happens, Tyler says, look, I got a bigger show for you in a bigger show. Derek says, all right, I'll do it. So Derek Dixon gets a part on Tyler Perry's show called The Oval. Whole time, Tyler Perry's still texting him, saying, see, if my friends do stuff for me, I do stuff for them. Quid pro quo, remember that. Now let's look at the flip side of quid pro quo. At the end of the season, Derek Dixon's character, who, side note, is a professional Netflix watcher who would do anything for money, that's his character gets pew, 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 right? Derek says, yo, Tyler, my character's just gone like that. Tyler says, well, he's not gone just yet. Who knows, next season he could come back. But remember, I do things for people that do stuff for me. Mind you, whole time, Tyler Perry is texting Derek very inappropriate things. So Derek knew what he wanted. Derek said, Tyler, you tripping, watch out. Tyler says, oh, perhaps I said too much. What if I give you another show, Derek? See, Derek had a show idea that he wanted to produce. Tyler Perry said, I could do that for you. Come to my house and we can discuss the finer details. And here's where things start to get wicked. Derek pulls up to Tyler Perry's crib. Tyler Perry said, okay, let's talk about us. Derek said, now let's talk about the show. You bugging. But Derek is saying this in a nice way, not my aggressive ass tone. Tyler's like, bro, come on. Like, why you always trying to talk about show stuff? Derek says, you know what? It's getting late. Tyler says, all right, you right. You can stay in the guest room again. Tyler Perry then suddenly grabs Derek and starts pulling things off, getting very aggressive. Derek is telling him, no, chill. Tyler keeps going. Derek says, you know what, dang, I'm too hungry. Tyler says, all right, we can get some food. Tyler and Derek eat. Derek rushes to the guest room, tries to lock the door, but there's no lock. So Derek goes into the bathroom and locks the door. Derek goes home. Tyler Perry starts messaging him like, damn, we got pretty lit last night. Derek don't respond. Tyler probably at this point knows, oh, dang, I messed up. So people start messaging Derek saying, ooh, you just got a raise, man. You just got a raise. Your character coming back. We paying you so much more. Derek not responding. Tyler then says to Derek, look, I just started talks on your new show. Your new show is getting picked up. You want to start it or not? Derek says, damn, yeah, I do want to start the show. So he starts messaging Tyler back. Derek says his plan was to start the show, make the show get super popular, have enough power, so then he could snitch on Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry never starts the show, though. Derek is still playing his character in Tyler Perry's show, The Oval. He keeps asking Tyler, dude, when's my show starting? When's my show starting? Tyler's avoiding the subject, but the whole time he's still being very inappropriate towards Derek. Eventually, Tyler says, look, Netflix not starting your show. So Derek says, okay, cool, I'm suing you. And here we are today. Now, usually how these things go, it's a battle of public opinion. What you think matters a lot. If you don't like Tyler Perry, you stop watching his shows. Tyler Perry loses a lot.
All right, there's a lot of elements here as it relates to Tyler Perry, this lawsuit. Are we surprised? Are we surprised about what has happened between Tyler Perry and this man? So I have a lot of thoughts about this situation, and I want to discuss this with you. So let's go layer by layer and cut this like a cake. Here's the first thing. Do I believe that Tyler Perry is guilty of what he's accused of? If I had to guess, and if I was a gambling woman, I would say yes. I would say that he is guilty of these things, and he's likely been doing something along these lines for a while. Allegedly, what do I know? Allegedly, these are just my thoughts. It's allegedly, YouTube guys, it's allegedly. Tyler Perry and what he plays out and what he writes about is a replica of his exact life. And here's what I mean by that. I used to always wonder, why was there so much LGBTQ man-on-man sex in a lot of his movies, right? Nothing wrong with that, but there seemed to be a lot of that. And all of his male characters seem to have a certain look. Now, oftentimes people who are hiding stuff tend to do it in plain view. Tyler Perry, though he's never come out and said that he was a part of the LGBTQ community or not, I think that Tyler Perry likely is. I think that he knows his audience is high Black Christian based, and we know how these Black Christians are when it comes to the LGBTQ community. They are so holier than thou when it comes to something like that. And so I feel like that has something to do with why he has not fully come out allegedly, number one. Number two, and I want to dig more into how the Black community and their bias against homosexuality affects a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these men who are afraid to live their truth, i.e. Tyler Perry, i.e. allegedly P. Diddy. A lot of these men out here, Black men, Black celebrities likely are a part of the LGBTQ community. They like men, they like transgender, and they're hiding it. And oftentimes how they hide it is through acts like this with Tyler Perry. He's abusing his power to get what he wants. Diddy abusing his power to get what he truly wants, which is big Black. Okay. A lot of these celebrity men, there was a story a couple of years ago about some basketball player dating a transgender woman, and they have a large suicide rate in their community because as soon as he found out, then he was banned, talking bad about him. At the end of the day, I feel like that plays a big role into Tyler Perry. Now, Tyler Perry, again, has a certain type of look, a certain type of man that he desires. And I think because he cannot show it in real life, he shows it in his movies. It brings to mind, I was watching the Luther Vandross documentary, and one of the most profound things that I found in that documentary was the fact that he had a whole life of love songs, writing love songs, performing love songs, and he never truly got to allegedly live in his truth because he could not come out to the Black community, to all his Black female women who he was singing to, and live his truth, because that would be a domino effect of a lot of negative things. And so he lived this, I would say, a fake life, not finding love because he was afraid to be his authentic self because of his business and his brand. And I think a lot of this has to do with Tyler Perry. Now, let me back up. Do I think that Derek Dixon was just an innocent victim that had no idea what was going on? Hell no, I don't. I don't think that him getting drunk and him going and staying at another man's home, who's anybody would, I feel like, assume that this man don't just love women, if he loves women at all. I think it's very common thought process for people to assume that Tyler Perry is gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I feel like just like in some of these other high celebrity situations and cases, they are targeted. Now, I don't know, based off what I've read and what I've seen on social media, if Derek was targeting him. It seems like, you know, Tyler Perry saw him at a party and was like, I want me some of that white meat. And, you know, he came for what he wanted, no pun intended. But do I think that Derek was just an innocent bystander who didn't think his looks and his, you know, his whatever was going to lure and be appetizing to Tyler Perry? I don't believe that. But at the end of the day, it's one of those situations that we have seen this story over and over again. The people in my daddy age group, they might have got away with this, but we live in a day and time when people are in full-blown relationships with robots and AI. They're falling in love and getting married to people who are not even real. They're just AI. Why would you think that you could do this, black man, black rich man, and get away with it? The psychology behind that is what I'll never understand. And that is a whole spiral for me, because it makes me really interested in the lust power of it all. I could never say that when I blow up, I'm gonna be out here doing, you know, pills and buying prostitutes, as it seems like a lot of these people who get rich do, and do a lot of these salacious things and be a part of these salacious cults. But it's like, black man, rich man who brags about building his own table, why do you think that you would be the one person who could get away with this? It's beyond me. Now let's get into the LGBTQ of it all. Look at Tyler Perry's content. People often bash him for having these negative movies and negative content surrounding black women. But that really shows us how he sees black women. He sees black women as single mothers. I feel like he was raised around that. If I'm thinking correctly, he was raised with a single mother. That's his perception of black women. That's also what sells. So he's going to continue to do it. But he started out doing how he perceived black women are. So also in his movies and in his TV shows, it's always bulky white men, sometimes black men, but often white men who look just like Derek Dixon, who are playing these characters. And that is also how he perceives his love interest. You know, he perceives the black woman as battered, broken, single mother, and he perceives these white men who be all up in his TV shows and his movies as his love interest. He is right here in plain sight. It's right here in plain sight. I'm not going to blame this on the black community, obviously, but what I do want to question and what I want to pose to you guys is 2025. Why is the black community still so anti-LGBTQ? I feel like, and tell me if you agree, but I feel like the white community is a lot more welcoming of their sons and daughters or their white community being gay or bisexual or trans. You know, it's still some of those MAGA people who are really against it to a strong extent, but it seems and appears to be more acceptable in the white community and less acceptable in the black community. I truly feel that a lot of these black men and black celebrities especially, but black men in general, a lot of them are DL men. And I'm saying that because I have some friends in the LGBTQ space, and when I listen to their stories about how easy it was to get a black man, there was a guy, and I can't remember this man's name because he disappeared, but he was literally making a living out of outing all of these straight appearing black men who were calling him for sex, but was full-blown married men, big old thugs, you know what I'm saying? But they were meeting him in a hotel every day to sleep with this man. And so I really do feel like there's something to be said about this. These men, imagine being something internally every day, all day, loving something, wanting something that you don't feel comfortable to show. I feel like with Luther Vandross, he went up and down with his weight, stress, health issues, all these things, and he abused food because he couldn't have what he truly wanted. In this case, Tyler Perry is allegedly abusing his power because he can't get what he truly wants, and I just don't get it. But I kind of do get it because this man got all the money and then some, so why risk your brand and your money for some love? So since I can't really do it in front of you, I'm going to do it in these little cryptic ways by showing what I really desire on my shows, depicting Black women in such negative lights because you don't even fuck with us really like that. You know what I'm saying? Look at how he did Monique, man. I'll never, ever forget that. Now, I talk often about Tyler Perry hiring me to work for Perry Studios, but I probably ain't gonna fly over now. I don't know. Hopefully he'll be vindicated, or not vindicated, but he'll have some conviction, like Happy Simone be having it, and he will still hire me. But I could not imagine not being able to show up my authentic self. It's hard as hell to have to code switch every day in these people's face and then have to come home and take that mask off and put on my regular mask. So I can't imagine like not even being able to show how you view love and how you want love, not even being able to showcase that because, you know, you're afraid of how people who give you money and finance your life are going to see it. Now, it makes me also wonder, I'm gonna tell you something also weird about this shit that I thought about. Right after Tyler Perry, this lawsuit came out to the public view, I noticed that Essence did some kind of article or something talking about how much of a great person he is. So I feel like there's a lot of moving parts behind this. I think Tyler Perry has a lot of money and a lot of power, and unfortunately he's put it in the wrong space. I mean, look at this man. I don't know, make it make sense. I don't know what's going to pan out of this. I don't know if he's going to end up paying this man, Derek Dixon, off. Derek Dixon looked just like all of the white men in his movies, aka fantasies. So I am not surprised by this. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Perry actually was set up and this was a scheme that Ty came to us with the bullshit. Like, you're an easy target. I want to go over some of these text messages that Tyler Perry was sending him. And for me, I'm gonna tell you what's weird about this. What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Allegedly. I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon, allegedly. I haven't been touched in months, allegedly. No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to F you. I would F you, allegedly. Then it says here that, you know, Perry reportedly sent unsolicited photos of Dixon's body, referring to him as thick during the production of The Oval. There was also another alleged text I remember reading where Tyler Perry sent a picture of himself on a boat or something to Derek Dixon, and Derek responded with, you know, you look great. And he was like, great, you don't see this stud over here? Like, why are you documenting the dumb? Why are you documenting the harassment? You're gonna end up paying this man a healthy sum because your dick was too powerful than your mind and your common sense. Like, I just do not get it. If you want dick, go get the dick. Go get it. Like, go get it. I just don't understand. Like, you don't have to harass people. But see, here's the thing too. A lot of these perverts, they get off by taking their power and abusing it to get what they want. Like, it's not even just the person you want. You like the use and the abuse of your power to get what you want, because now you feel like you're in control. And let's be clear, I don't feel like Tyler Perry is the most, I mean, he dresses up as a woman for a living. So I don't look at him and think he's the most attractive man. I don't. So would a Derek Dixon want to be with what we're seeing on the screen? Likely not. So you have to abuse your power to get what you want. I feel like my takeaways for this is Black men can be so dumb sometimes. Like, you just like, I really want to know what it feels like to be a man with a penis. Because it seems like your penis just takes over your brain and your common sense. So I really want to know what it's like. I want to know what it's like to be a man and have a big old, or small, penis between my legs that takes over my common sense. That's number one. Number two, I want Black people to maybe not be so judgmental about people in the LGBTQ community. Now, unfortunately, the audience that Tyler Perry panders to and that funds him is the Christian community. And so I guess I can understand why I can't understand it, but I can understand why maybe he is hesitant to live his authentic self. But at the end of the day, they really can't be all that mad because it's all up. Your fantasies are all in your movies. So now I scratch all of that because now I'm thinking it's not even these Christian. Now you have no excuse because it's all up in the TV. It's all up in the movies. So you might as well live it in real life. I forgot all about that. So you're not hiding nothing. You're literally not hiding anything. It's right here in front of our face. So now I'm mad because it's right here in our face. It's right here in our face. So instead of putting it in the movies, Tyler, and instead of putting it in the TV shows, Tyler, put it out in real life and get whatever feedback or whatever negative consequences of it that you want and live your life instead of abusing these people and instead of abusing these people and now write me that check, okay? I mean, I will go and find you the men. I don't understand it. I have tagged you on so much content. Listen, hire me. I will find the men and I will bring the men to you. Like, you ain't gotta give this man a check. And now you're being sued and now your perception of who you are is now forever tainted because now you're looked at as someone who allegedly sexually harasses your employees. You could have just hired me. I would have got the niggas for you. Anyway, y'all, let me know your thoughts. I feel like I was going to say something there and I forgot. Walk in your truth. Stop being a pervert. Walk in your truth. I mean, you just giving this money away at this point. You giving this money away at this point. Like, you should have known, like, you got pictures. You got text messages. You talking to people on the set about this man. Like, are you surprised? And it kills me with Black men. Like, we cannot be blind to the world that we live in. Y'all be thinking that because y'all got a little bit of access and a little bit of money, now you're very much far removed from being a Black regular person. And yeah, in some ways you are far removed from that. But when it comes to the courts, they don't be favoring us. And now you've given them just what they wanted. You're no longer a Black man who got up out the mud, who created his own table. Now you right up there with the rest of the criminals and right up there with the rest of the perverts and the people who have been sexually harassing people. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think. This is all alleged, okay? It's all alleged. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next episode.